Okay. Today we're going to learn the halacha if you could make a macaroni on a fleishig pot and then eat it macaroni and cheese, if it's allowed to or not to. So the Gemara talks about over there, the Gemara in Chulin, the Gemara talks about the fish that was cooked in a fleishig pot that's become fleishig or not. But we're going to talk about macaroni because as we had already a shiur that some people makbid, according to the Beis Yosef, not to eat fish with milk, some not. So that's why we're gonna. It's also more practical. You make a macaroni in a fleishig pot, you could mix it with the cheese. So the Gemara says like this. There's machlokes Rav v'Shmuel already in this inyan. The Gemara concludes, mamash few words. Vilchasa dogim she'olu b'kaira mutar la'ochlan b'kutach. Like I said, the Gemara talks about fish that you cooked it in a fleishig pot. Mutar lochlan bekutach. Kutach was a milchig dip in those days. It was a milchig dip. You're allowed to do it. That's the conclusion of the halacha. So like this, Lamaisa, there is many pirushim to that Gemara, what it means. So we're going to see how the Shulchan Aruch Lamaisa, where it boils down to la halacha. So they get like this. The Mechaber says, Dogim she'olu o shenitzlu b'kedeira shel basar. Again, can translate everything to macaroni right now. Dogim, something would be macaroni or anything else. Eggs that you cook them in a fleishig pot. Rechutza yofe. We're talking about a fleishig pot that was cleaned. It was cleaned, not dirty from the flesh. She'en bo shum shuman dobogbo. You don't see any on the surface. You don't see any fat on it. Mutar lo'ochlam bekutach. You're allowed to eat it with that milchig dip. Comes out, so you could do macaroni on a fleishig pot. And then, if it was a clean fleishig pot, then you could take it and mix it with the cheese and eat macaroni and cheese. That's what the Mechaber says. Why? What's the reason? There's a tam of the meat in the macaroni. So how could you eat it, mix it with the cheese and eat it? So he says, so we have a klal, only it's applied this by basar b'cholov, because basar b'cholov, each one is a kosher 100%. If it's kosher, the problem becomes when you mix them. That's the hetera. So when you have two nois and tam, ban nois and tam, the hetera, it's mutar. For example, over here, when you cooked in the pot the flesh, so the flesh gave a tam into the pot. When the pot is clean, there's no flesh on it. Why it would become osur? Because the flesh gave a tam to the pot. Then when you go put macaroni on it, you cooked macaroni on it, so now the second tam, the second generation of tam, the pot gives the tam into the macaroni. So it's nois and tam, ban nois and tam, the teiro. Mele that becomes completely mutar, that doesn't become fleishig. Mele you could take it and mix over the macaroni and cheese and eat it.
Not in the pot, it's not the teiro.
Not in the pot, very good, because then you have fun with the pot itself. Right. You take it to somewhere else, right. Now, if it wasn't cleaned well, the fleishig pot, when you cook the macaroni, basically, if it wasn't cleaned well, so you have to take how much was the dirt over there. If you have 60 to nullify the dirt, it's bottled b'shishim. If not, it's osur, meaning that becomes fleishig, your macaroni, then you cannot eat it with that. Okay, so that's what the Mechaber says. The Pashtus, according to this, comes out. You could take macaroni and cook it in a clean fleishig pot, and then take out the macaroni from that fleishig pot, mix it with the cheese, and eat it macaroni and cheese. That's what, according to the Mechaber. Now comes the Ramo, and he says, "V'yesh machmirim b'tzli bishul le'eser noisen tam ba noisen tam." That was the shita of the Rivan, the son-in-law of Rashi. Within Rashi, there is a different way how to understand Rashi. So the Rivan understood Rashi that's osur, and without getting to the why and what, that's what he says. Memele, he says, since there is such an opinion, according to the Rivan, the way he understood his father-in-law, the Rashi, that it's that would be osur in such a scenario. Yet how we learn the pshat in the Gemara. Again, we're not going to go into it right now. Meaning, if somebody going to ask you, I made the macaroni in the fleishig pot, can I go mix it with the cheese? Lechatchila will say, no, don't do that. If you did it already, then it says, But yeah, but if you did it, everything is kosher. Now, then he adds one more thing. V'davka le'echol im cholav v'abosar atzmoi. The whole shaila is if you could take this macaroni and mix it with cheese, but if you want to take the macaroni that you've cooked in a fleishig pot, clean it, put it now in a milchig plate, lekula alma says it's mutter. There's no mina given over there. Again, you want to take the macaroni that you cooked in a fleishig pot, then eat it in a milchig plate, that says it's mutter, yeah?
What about you cook the macaroni in a fleishig pot? In the milchig pot, you have the cheese and everything bubbling. Can you take it from the fleishig pot and then put it?
No, so it tells you clearly, the Ramah says not to do it, lechatchila, yeah, not to do it. Okay, now he goes one more nakuda over here, that the Ramah adds, v'chen im hoyu akli shenisbashlu or nitzlu boy lifgam, shelo ben yoima nahagin heter lechatchila lochlin amin hasheni. All the whole restrictions of the Ramah, it says the Noyhagin, which is a paskin not like the Shulchan Aruch, the lechatchila it's mutter to eat this macaroni with the cheese. It's only if the kli is ben yoima, meaning you cooked the macaroni in the fleishig pot that was used in the last 24 hours. Ben yoima, the tam is a good tam still, not tam pogum. But if the tam pogum, meaning if it was left there more than 24 hours, or I could maybe add to it today. If you clean the dish with the soap, that also makes a tam pogum. The soap, the tam of the soap goes into that, your tam of the flesh makes it pogum. Again, it's so akopanim. If it's used more than a day ago, memele lechatchila, he says. If the Ramah goes back, he says then lechatchila you could do it. You could cook over there macaroni and then eat it with cheese. So that's the conclusion. Again, looks like on the surface right now, according to the Mechaber, you could do it even as ben yoimoy, even the kli is ben yoimoy. If it's clean, you could cook over there macaroni and then eat it with cheese. According to the Ramah, if it's ben yoimoy, you should not do it lechatchila. If you did, it's okay. But if it's not ben yoimoy, it's you cooked it at more than 24 hours ago, lechatchila you could do it. Comes the shach, and the shach says, "Va'aminig lechatchila le'eser lo'achla bekutach u'b'diavad mutar im nosan bekutach." Aval levashon lechatchila b'gedeira shel boser. So he had another detail. Even when we say, according to the Mechaber, lechatchila, you could take this macaroni and eat it with cheese, it's only, Rabbi say, it's disturbing the shir. Hello? Please. It's only if you didn't do it lechatchila, cooked it in a fleishig pot in order later on to mix it with the cheese. But lechatchila to do it, I'm doing it. I'm going to cook my macaroni in a fleishig pot, and I'm going to then eat it. Just that lechatchila says that's also even according to Mechaber. If you did it already, he says you could. According to Mechaber, lechatchila you could mix it with the cheese, and according to Ramah lechatchila, we don't do that. And if it's not b'nei yoimon, then even lechatchila you could do that. Okay.